Dave. We're just going to go right into our warm-up, starting with our arm swings, and I'll talk a little bit about today's workout. So with our arm swings, it's always palms up on the outside, then I cross my body and turn my palms down. So we're going to be mainly focusing upper body today. We're going to do the stretch, strength, and sweat format. We have 4 groups of that. It's going to be 3 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We'll go into our hip hinge with our side lean. So I push my hips back, curl my hand in front of my legs, push up, pull back on my left fingers, arms overhead, hips to the right, lean to the left, lean to the right. All right. And standing up, this time we'll pull back on our right fingers, arms overhead. Good, and then we'll go into just our jumping jacks. So you can always do, your full jumping jacks, or we can do our modified, whatever works well for you. So I'm scaling things back a little bit for more of those beginners just joining us. So the exercises today are designed to be a little bit easier, so don't be dissuaded by the first group. It's right there. We have our door frame stretch. We're going to do 15 seconds on each side. Just like that. So my hand, that shoulder height on the door frame, I turn for my upper torso. And then I'm just going with my thumb up. Modified push-up, you can do from an incline. You can do from a wall, but you just want to make sure that you're nice and straight. Or you can do, again, from your knees. Just like so. And then last but not least, we have our walkout. This one is a little bit more tough. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to hinge from the hips. You're going to walk down and out, and then stand back up. If you need to modify that one, just go crawl down, and you can walk out a little bit and then stand back up. You don't need to go into that full high plank, so just modify as need to. Without further ado, we'll get started in 3, 2, and 1. Timer button, there it is. Let me just adjust that because that doesn't look right. Continue with your door frame stretch. Switch sides. So just so I'm not walking in circles with my arms. All right, 10-second break. I would say the first group's probably the hardest. All right, so modified push-up, I'm just going to do from incline here. Again, just go to your range of motion, right? Like if you're just starting out, pushing up from a corner push-up is still going to use those chest muscles. It's still going to be tough on your shoulders. But just work to your own ability, right? We don't need to... Oh, and we're done. We don't need to be doing the same work. You don't need to be doing the same workout as me as long as you're doing your best. All right, walkouts. Again, take these as slow as you need to. These are very tough. They will be appearing again in the last group. But you can take these nice and slow, just like this. I could even just go, a little bit out of my way and then stand up. I don't need to go into that full high plank. Or maybe you just need the mobility and you're just practicing. We're not like that. At any rate, we're done. So you can set up for your modified door frame. You can get a drink, but we're on to round 2 now. And just turning from the top, feeling a stretch in the chest and the shoulders, switch side. Standing nice and tall. Again, you can always do a handcuff stretch instead, so they're sort of grabbing your hands behind your back, pulling your shoulders back and down. I just like the door frame better. Modified push-up. This time I'll show you from the ground. You can do whatever is best for you, though. Again, at your own pace. You can be going a lot faster than this. You can be going a lot slower. You can be taking a little bit more break at the top like this. Whatever you need to ensure you're able to keep your same pace throughout the whole 30 seconds. So that you're able to do 3 rounds of this. Standing up. If you wanted to get the plank at the end of this, what you could do is you could walk down, walk out, onto your knees, high plank position, and then stand back up, right? So again, I'll show you. I walk down, I walk out a little bit, I get onto my knees in the high plank position, back up, and then I just stand up, right? Like that's still difficult to do. We're done that. On to round 3, door frame stretch. So like I said, we will be needing, or I didn't say, like I had noted in the main stage page there, which side? We will be needing a chair or a bench. I'm just going to use the edge of this couch, a little bit higher, up, just to demonstrate sort of what a chair dip can look like. Alright, and then modified push-up. I'll do it from the wall this time, just so you can sort of see what maybe you can see what my incline looks like. You're not as able to go as far into the wall because you don't want to, you can't put your head through the wall. So you end up doing these sort of quarter push-ups. Again, these are fine if you're more of a true beginner, just starting out. That's okay to do. Just really try to keep that straight line there. Alright, in 10 seconds we'll go to our walkouts, and I'll just do the full walkouts this time. You can choose how you would like to do yours. Hinge from the hips. I walk out, that nice strong high plank position, and then I push back up. So this is a lot of cardio going up and down, but you could certainly take things a little bit faster. But it's completely up to you on that one. One here. Alright, 10 seconds for break. Stop that, go on to that. Okay. So tricep stretch, typical one that everyone knows. Arm overhead, in line with the ears, and then I'm just pulling back on my left elbow while that left hand is going on the middle of the back. Chair dips. The lower you are, the closer your butt is to the ground, the harder these will be. We're just going to have our legs bent a little bit. And then the other cue I like to give is, it's like we're squeezing a beach ball behind your back with our elbows. So my elbows are pointed right behind me. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to give you another camera angle on that. And then triple bear. We're in our quadruped position, right? I'm just going to lift my knees a little bit off the ground and then take these slight, small steps from side to side. All right, if you want to, you can do a hop instead. I won't be doing that. So without further ado, we'll get started in 3, 2, and 1 with our tricep stretch, arm overhead. That one seems a little bit better lined up, so I won't fix that. Just arms in line with the ears, standing nice and tall. Pulling back on that tricep, we'll switch sides. Again, that right hand, or the right elbow that I'm pulling back on is just going down the middle of my spine. Taking this time to just breathe. There you go. Move on over to our chair dips. Position, like we're squeezing that beach ball. And again, you might see, you know, when people do dips or whatnot, they get their elbows and their shoulders right down to 90 degrees. You really don't have to do that. I usually don't encourage it. You can get, you know, so that's my range of motion. I come a little bit above 90 degrees. But you just want to keep that tricep engaged the whole time. All right, in triple bear. Again, this quadruped position. I'm just going to lift my knees off the ground and take these small steps to the side, to the other side, without losing that tabletop position. And again, this is sort of our sweat move, our cardio move. But you'll also feel it, you know, full body. Breaks when you need to. Done that. Round 2, not round 3. So to get your hopes up, tricep stretch. We'll switch sides. I'll show you something else that we can do with the triple bear when we get there. All right. Chair dips again, or bench dips. The thing I like about these exercises, or this exercise particularly, is you can, you know, there's lots of places outside you can do it too, right? On your trail with a bench, you can do your dips there, right? Or squeeze that beach ball, chest up, breathe, just go to your range of motion, your intensity. All right, so if you're not too keen on getting on the ground, what you could do is you could do more an inclined plank and do more of a step out. It's going to be a little less cardio based, a little bit more core based. Or just stepping through. It's using all the same muscle groups minus the quads, maybe. But if you just have trouble getting on the ground, this might be a more desirable option for you. All right, tricep stretch. Last round of this group. Let's switch sides. Alright, now we have our chair dips, last set of chair dips. Second break. If you ever need to take a longer break, just, take your time. If you're watching from YouTube, you can always pause the video. Whatever you need to do, right? Elbows pointed straight back, squeezing that beach ball. More seconds. Facing yourself. So you can finish strong. Alright. 10 seconds. Get into whatever. If you are not too comfortable with the triple bear and you still want to do something like this, you can always just do your bear crawl. I like the triple bear to switch things up. Just try to keep that tabletop position the whole time. Wearing my shoes today, it's making it a little fluffery for me. I just wanted to showcase today how minimal you need your setup to be to get a good workout. We're done with that group. Alright. Boom. Stop tire. Group 3. We do need a wall for this one. I should take down my good luck ornament for it. Hopefully that doesn't have any ill effects. So our wall angels, we're going to put our shoulders and hands and elbows all in contact with the wall, same with our butt. Football position, and we're just going to glide up our elbows as far as we can without losing contact with the wall. Some people will have a lot better mobility than me on that one. Shoulder taps you can do from the ground or incline. You can even do them from modified, right? So modified, I would say that's the easiest, just alternating your shoulder taps. I'm going to sort of go at an angle here. Or you can do, your full plank position. If you do full plank position, just widen your feet a little bit more. Or again, you could do incline there. I'll do a set of each from easiest to hardest on those ones. And then hips, knees, ankles. I forgot to add ceiling in there. So what we do is we touch our hips, we touch our knees, we touch our ankles, we reach up into the ceiling as quick as you feel comfortable with. So it can look this quick, or it can look this quick, right? And it might not be ankles, it might be shins. Just try to keep your chest up and lifted. Without further ado, we'll get started round 1, group 3 in 3, 2, and 1. Start with our wall angels. Elbows, hands, head, butt, all on the wall. And I just guide the elbows up. I'll fix that timer in a second. Don't know why that's doing that today, but here we are. Don't let anything leave the wall. That's why this range of motion is so short for me. We're just focusing on the shoulder blades doing the movement by guiding our elbows up and down the walls. Perfect. Getting that shoulder tap position while I fix this. There we are. Again, I'm going to do easiest to hardest throughout the rounds here. So I'm just doing my modified right now from my knees. But again, you could be doing these from incline. You could be doing the full plank position. Ten more seconds. Again, my core is staying nice and strong. I'm not wobbling. Perfect. And then lastly, we're going to stand up. Do our hip, knees, ankles. Hips, knees, ankles, ceiling. Again, it's fast or slow as you need to, so that you can do the movement the full time for the full 30 seconds. We're halfway there. try to keep my chest lifted the whole time. And that helps me keep that straight back. And we're done. And then just by pushing my hips back, that keeps my back straight. So round 2, we'll start with our wall angels. Everything against the wall. Just lift up as high as you can without losing contact, right? That might just be as high as I'm going. You might be able to touch your hands above your head, right? Everything's in contact with the wall. Just gliding up and down. Perfect. I'm going to do shoulder taps from an incline position this time around. Same principle though, right? I'm not going to wobble throughout this. I'm going to stay strong in my core as I take my time touching my opposite shoulder. Taking time to breathe. Making sure you have that nice straight line. If you ever need to make things harder, you can just make the incline a little bit harder on yourself, right? And then maybe you'll progress to being on the ground. All right. Last. Well, we have our, for round 2, we have our hips, knees, ankles, ceiling. We'll get started on that. 3, 2, and 1. Hips, knees, ankles, ceiling. Again, so when I go to touch my knees and when I go to touch my ankles, I'm just pushing my hips further back with a slight bend in my knees. See? Hips back, hips back, knees, ankles, ceiling. I try to keep that back as straight as I can. Hips, knees, ankles, ceiling, hips, knees, ankles, ceiling, right? All right, round 3, final round of group 3. Elbows, hands, head, butt, all on the wall. We're gliding through. You might find you have a little bit more range of motion on group 3. Moving through, making sure nothing loses contact with that wall, including the butt. All right, shoulder taps. I'm going to do from the full plank position this time around. I'll try to give you guys a pretty good angle of that so you can see how wide my feet are. The wider your feet are, the easier it is not to wobble, but you want to make it so that it's still a challenge, right? You want to be working to contain that wobble as you touch your hand to the opposite shoulder. Those. And last exercise of group 3. Again, just focus on keeping that form going at the speed you need to get the workout that you want. Hips, knees, ankles, ceiling. There's still a lot of up, down. Again, I said those walkouts are returning just so that we can sort of bookend our workout with that hard bit of cardio. You get some practice with those. That is group 4. We'll stop that timer. So crossbody, shoulder stretch with silently. We're just going to do that. You know, typical shoulder stretch. Left arm comes across my body, right arm underneath. And I just lean to the side, stretch my groin at the same time. Shoulder raises, we're going to do without any weight. I lift my shoulders to the front. I lift them to the side. Just like so. Yeah, your arms have weight to them, so we can, you know, I'm trying to make it a little bit more of a beginner workout. They do have weight. Hopefully this isn't too bad for 30 seconds for a lot of people. Now we're going to finish again. Like I said, those walkouts are returning. We're going to finish with those walkouts. We've seen those before, so I won't demonstrate in the interest of time. We will get going in 3, 2, and 1. Crossbody. Shoulder stretch with that side leap. So it's not a side lunge, right? I'm just keeping that trail leg straight. It looks a little weird on the camera there. Just keeping that trail leg straight. In order to get a little extra stretch of my groin, we'll switch sides. Right arm across the body. Left arm comes underneath. Pulls the right arm towards the body. Have a bit of a side lean. Alright. 10 seconds we'll do our shoulder raises. We do anterior, we do lateral. We're going to show you both in the best possible angle. So up to shoulder height, down. When I come down, I don't touch my side. It's just sort of swimming through the two, not giving myself any break. Moving through. Nice even pace. All right, 10 seconds. We go to our walkouts again. Go to whatever intensity you need to. Maybe you're going to your knees, going into that modified plank position. You know, maybe you're doing the full walkout just like this. I'll show you that modified one again. So I come down, just go onto my knees. I go into that modified plank position. Then I just stand back up. You know, whatever you need to do. I only ended up doing 3 walkouts that time. Maybe you're only doing 2, maybe you're doing 5, right? So everyone's workout's going to be different. Crossbody shoulder stretch. I got my left arm coming across, right arm underneath. Stretching out my left leg in this one. I'm going to switch sides. Now my right leg is a straight leg, my right arm comes across. And breathe. All right, and then we're gonna do our shoulder raises. Oh, still got some break time, so let's enjoy that together, shall we? All right, shoulder raises. A little eager beaver there. And just trying to keep tension on the shoulders the whole time by not letting them rest at any point. What I mean by that is I can rest. I can sort of rest here, it's not too much of a rest, but I can really rest by putting my hands down to the front or to the side, you know, I'm resting here. So if I just sort of swim through that, going from the front to the side, we're done there. You won't get that rest that we're trying to avoid on that one. You know, you can always rest when you need to, but try to avoid it there. All right, then we do our walkouts. Do a regular one there. I'll do a modified one again. Again, you could also do like I'm only coming out this far. Stand back up. You don't need to go through that full high plank. Or you can always do your, you know, from the knees, high plank. Stand back up. However you need to go about that one. It is difficult moving up and down. So that plank, crossbody, shoulder stretch, last round. Switch sides. Right arm comes across. It's always bad when you think about it. When you think about it, you're bound to mess up like I just did there. Or take a little bit of extra time. You don't think about it, you'll do it smoothly every time. All right, shoulder raises. And we're going to try to avoid the rest this time around. And we're going up, into the side. And I try not to give a modification on this one because, you know, we're just lifting our own arm weight through this one. It's not too difficult of an exercise. But if you do find it difficult, whether it's just from a mobility perspective or just from you know, your muscles are tired perspective, just, you know, shorten your range of motion. You can always just do it from the elbows instead. But I don't think anyone here is going to be doing that. All right, walkouts are last. Almost there. Probably one more walkout here. All right, plank position. And we're standing back up. Excellent. All right, so I will stop that timer. Just go ahead, grab like the edge of your chair, the edge of your bench, whatever you use. And we're just going to cross your left leg over our right. Really difficult for you to see me there. Try here. Cross the left leg over the right, and we're just having a slight lean forward. You should feel the stretch in the cross leg hip. Now, we're not going to do too much of a cool down today because a lot of the cool down is already built into the workout. We'll switch sides. Stand up and go through that handcuff stretch. I'm just grabbing a wrist behind my back, pulling my shoulders back and down, getting that nice Superman pose. Chest nice and high, shoulders back and down. Switch sides there, and I'm just grabbing another wrist. Doesn't do too much, but just to make sure we're even. And we'll just finish with forearm stretch. So I'm just pulling back. My left arm is shoulder height, and I'm pulling down, well, palms up, pulling down on those fingers. We'll switch sides, so now I'm pulling back on those right fingers. Right arm is straight out. It's got a little bit more stretch on the forearms. I find a lot of people don't stretch that, and they're, you know, using a lot of those muscles throughout their day now. All right, that is our Tuesday morning beginner workout. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to let me know. But if not, I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a great day.